This is a 2000 Camry XLE. So it's 25 years old now.
Wow. How many miles?
It's got a little more than 280,000 original miles. One of my few complaints with this car is that shortly after I got it, with about 170,000 miles on it, the console hinge was broken and this was just totally flopping around. There was just no way to make it latch or do anything. It really drove me crazy. Every time I put my hand on this, it was all over and it would end up in the back seat. It was pretty much a nightmare. I got so frustrated with it that I decided I would make a hinge of my own. So I did that, and I used that for a couple of years. And then I said, wow, other people who have Camrys of this era would probably love to have a hinge so that they can make their console work again. And so I started making them and selling them on eBay and Etsy and stuff. With ABS plastic with a stainless steel hinge pin in the middle. And then I've got the side arms. They're not identical. They're not mirror images of each other. For some reason, one is thicker and one is thinner. But the little tops of them screw out so that you can put them in place and screw them back tight. And they work just like the original. They're exactly like the original, basically. So this is how your console will look if you have a broken hinge. You can see the plastic is broken off there. If it's not fully broken off, you can take a knife and cut that smoothly along there. To install the new hinge, all you have to do is unscrew these. Well, you're gonna unscrew these, and it's a little bit hard to hold on to. Take that out, save it on the side. That one out. And then the first thing you do, you're going to basically put the hinge, the bottom hinge in there with the original screws. And they just go down the original holes like that. You don't need to tighten them very hard because you don't want to strip the threads down in the plastic. So that's the first part. The second part is the original screw goes in this hole. Goes in there. And just tighten it down snug. To replace the hinge and the side arms, you're gonna start out with it looking like this. You're gonna basically lift it up so that the hooks come out, and you're gonna set it on your lap like this. You're gonna need to take the broken pieces of your old hinge off, and to do that, you're gonna grab it with a small pliers and just squeeze a little. Just sliding off there. Pop it off like that, and then you do the same with this one. There you go. Pop that off. Then these are the original lid screws. Just go into the lid like this. I'm going to take those out. And then we're going to install the new hinge like this. Just going to pop it right on like that. Put the same original screws back in. Right in those holes. And tighten it in until it's kind of snug. You don't want to over tighten it because the threads are only in plastic. just get it snug so it's not moving around. And then the new hinge arms are, they have to go forward like this. So you take those apart, slide it on, and tighten it down until it's tight. And then take your other one, put it in, and just tighten it snug with your hands. You don't need to use a pliers or a wrench with that. And then at that point, you want to have this a little bit down like this, and you want these, just line it up so that those hooks go in. You have to pull it a little bit forward and then get both the hooks down in there, and then you'll notice that this is now perfectly lined up. You put your screws in there and get your screwdriver in there and just tighten them down snug, the original screws. And that's it. Side arms are in place, and the lid closes securely and latches properly, and you get a nice smooth hinge back. So I made a CAD model, 3D model of the hinge, and I'm printing it in on my 3D printer in ABS plastic, which is very durable and temperature resistant. And so I print them basically 4 sets. Got my box full of parts.
Nice.
So after they come out of the printer, they've got supports and stuff on them. So I break those off and strip off the supports. And then it comes out pretty much in final form, almost final form. Each of these has a built-in hole that's not 100% clean because of the way the printing works, but and then I have a drilling process that just cleans that out and makes it ready for the hinge pin, and these fit together like that. Basically, this hinge pin hole just needs to be cleaned out just slightly. So I just drill it out like that to make sure it's clean. And that just gets out any little fluff that might still be in there. Pins themselves, these are stainless steel pins. To get a set. And that assembles them into a working hinge. Tiny dab of glue, and I pound that in, and that's basically ready to go.